Actually, I was going to say Soviets are the Red Army, but guys, no. Ladies and Germans, how are you all doing? This is Con Over.
I'm angry. Hello, hello, hello.
And the reason I stumbled over that is that I was taking a look at the divisions today, Rang, and I'm sure you're going to explain it in just a
Mm-hmm.
second, but there are no Russians on the Eastern Front, just like there are no cats in America.
Mm-hmm.
But on Slutsk Vest, who is duking it out, and why are there no Russians?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have Nilla playing as the 21st Panzer Division, Vanguard Income. And on the right-hand side, we have her Robert as 3rd Armour Division, Vanguard Income. And this is from the Back to War tournament that was hosted just last weekend. And it was essentially a kind of like a throwback tournament where pretty much most of the matches, well, pretty much all the matches are played in Steel Division 2, but with only using the Back to War divisions. And the final was actually played in SD44. So a rather fun send-off to Steel Division Normandy 44 by playing the Normandy divisions. And well, we are going to get going as we see these two rather heavily armored divisions go at it.
Well, yeah, you and I were talking about this actually just before this match kind of kicked off. What's in store for the 21st that's not in store for the 21st on SD44?
The King Tigers are definitely pretty damn good now due to the ranges of the maps and all the long range stuff. You can get, I mean, already seen an A-phase King Tiger being brought out, which is definitely something you wouldn't see in SD44. But yeah, this would be pretty interesting. Nilla's got a lot of Pioneer infantry and some Panzer Grenadiers. Her Robert opened up with some infantry. He's got the A-phase jumper out and some mortar half tracks. But yeah,
Well,
both really good divisions.
one thing I find rather interesting is that flamethrowers are now heavy flamethrowers,
Oh yeah,
which I don't really know a whole lot about. I admit I haven't
same.
played a ton of third just yet.
Same.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just a two-man squad.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
human squads.
it's got
It's Ognamachiki by another name.
yeah. Yep. Yep. We've got 50 cal being deployed into the building. Neela's got his Pack 38 just looking down the road trying to get some hit on the engineers and armored rifles as they move on through. But yeah, pretty standard deployment, nothing really too crazy going on.
Exactly. But a big thank you to Curbs for actually setting this thing up. Of course, Curbs kind of doing what he does pretty well by being all organized and stuff. I do like to see we have a 35S back. And again, when Steel Division 1 came out, those are my jam, man. I played those guys like it was nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, French Renault tanks, what would we do without you?
Yeah. Yeah, but northern side, Neela's pushing through the Panzer Grenadiers. In terms of infantry, I think I'd give it to 21st. They got a little bit more flexible infantry options compared to 3rd Armoured. And 3rd Armoured infantry activation points are pretty expensive. But down south, or in the middle, I should really say, the Jumbo is just going to be looking down the road and really just having a pretty big fight to Soviet strip of town, essentially.
Look, the crazy thing, I didn't realize, actually, the 21st gets Boyd to Shermans.
Yeah.
And more than a few of them as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh, definitely worth it. Yep.
it wouldn't be a German division without using captured equipment.
It's just, it was so weird. It was like the M4748A. I was like, what's going on here?
I know. Oh yeah, even have the A for the American bracket. There we go. You know you're the German army when you systematically got a system in place for using captured equipment and identifying which country it came from.
Well, here's a pop quiz for you. What's T?
Czechoslovakia.
Very good. Do you know why?
No.
Okay, well, I'm not going to go into butcher it by trying to say. I used to be a lot better at pronunciation, but it was like the Czechoslovakian Republic in German starts with a T.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Makes sense. That also makes sense. Also makes sense that her Robert's using lots of mortar half tracks, because they're really bloody good, especially as Americans, because all your recon units have radios.
Yeah, which is just ridiculous when you think about it. But you know what? All that money had to go somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you got that whole old-fashioned joke of the Americans cornering the artillery pretty fast. This is the reason why they had a very good artillery system set up in the Second World War.
Exactly, and why bleed when you just throw iron cigars at them for free?
Yeah, exactly. Up north is definitely going to be really interested to see how King Tiger plays out, because it's definitely the powerhouse unit on the map. Her Robert does have these 6-pounders, 57mm set up, and honestly, 57 mils are really good in this game, just due to how fast they shoot, and as you see, already knocked out 2 Shermans, easy peasy.
Well, not even stabilizers can save them in that case.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, they cannot. But yeah,
It
things that...
is
Sorry.
also worse. No, no. But I was gonna say you were saying mortar half tracks for the east. To the west that we see a Wiederfachwerfer as
Ooh.
well as another mortar half track coming in for the Germans. So while we do have artillery support coming in from the Allies, the Axis is just kind of rotating and getting themselves back into it.
Yep, and we're even seeing a P-47 being brought in up north as well. Gonna be doing a rocket run onto the leader unit, of all things. Was definitely an interesting choice. I thought maybe go for the King Tiger, but apparently not. But things are still pretty even. Nilla is slowly winning, does have that one flag advantage over Robert, but that's really it so far.
And it is worth noting again that where the 21st kind of stumbles a little bit is that while they have a lot more diverse infantry, their infantry for the most part is not equipped with anti-tank material.
Yeah, and no semi-automatic rifles, unlike all the American dudes. And in SD2, semi-auto rifles are really game-changing in terms of infantry effectiveness.
Oh, they are the bee's knees. Unlike that first Wiederfachwerfer barrage,
No.
looking for some love in the middle of the map, but looking for love in all the wrong places, it seems instead.
Yeah, it didn't exactly work all that well, but it's going to be trying to get a second barrage in the area, and maybe it'd be a little bit more effective.
Certainly hope so. That 50 cal's been doing a good number on a charging infantry.
Oh, yeah, not really. Oh, there we go, getting some good hits on the 50 cal at least, but nothing that's doing much damage. Just more of the suppression damage.
Indeed. Now, remind me, third, do we get a lot of... We don't get Marauders for third, do we? The Ranger Marauders? I feel like we do, but I can't remember how it is for SD2.
No, I don't...
I
don't
know
think
Fort did.
so. I don't think so. I think maybe the French get the Marauders now. But they might, I think I might get some heavy bombers like that. I'm not entirely sure. I've not memorized that part yet. But, they still got pretty good air power. And you got Mustangs, which are, some of the best World War II fighters in the war, plane rise.
Oh, yes. I'd
Yeah.
love to disagree with you, but I can't do it. I can't do
Mustang's
it.
a very good plane, guys. That's just our opinion.
Unfortunately, right now, for the charging pioneers, they are brave men going into that battlefront, but yeah, it's an awful lot of friendly fire going on there.
Yeah, but they're going to force those engineers to fall back for now. And Nilla's doing a pretty good job in holding this town, but still, it's just a little bit close. What I'm trying to say is that Jumbo is definitely going to be still the big issue to deal with. He does have a Panzerschreck nearby, which can blow it up, hopefully, but that's really his best bet unless he brings... Well, he has a Pak-43 nearby, so maybe he can blow up the Jumbo with that.
If he gets lucky with like a side shot, though, too. I mean, like that's still Pack 38. Ooh, never mind. Pack 40. I was looking at Pack 38 for a second.
Yeah, the Pak-43 is definitely a little bit more scarier in the 50 mil.
Well, that's very, very true. Fleming Vifus, of course, unloading right now. They're going to completely and totally clear out that 50 cal. I believe his days are numbered. Whoa,
Oh, no!
never mind. Wow, that priest really gave them last rites.
I think I was the engineer through that.
No,
Was it the
there's
priest?
an M7 that was just shown to town for a second, I think.
Damn. Nonetheless,
Yeah,
that was...
the engineer still has 2 frag charges.
Okay.
That is absurd.
Yeah, that was... Hail Mary, full of grace. Jeez, that was a long shot. That was a long shot and a half.
Looking down to the southwest, it is still 1311. I'm surprised we're not seeing a little more German aggression off this big hill to the south.
Yeah.
I feel like it definitely has an opportunity to swing south around the Allied position. Maybe pick up this one flag, kind of curve. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it though.
I think he's just more focused trying to push up north a little bit. I mean, he does have the King Tiger up north, which is really a pretty damn powerful unit currently in the game. We also have some Panzer IVs backing him up as well, but both sides are pretty heavy A-phase divisions. We're going to send a second jumper up north here from Robert.
Worth noting, by the way, we did kind of gloss over this. Both of these guys are running Vanguard income, so look to see them fade a little bit as the game goes further and further on.
Yeah, both of them just really bringing all the heavy equipment right now, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens later on. I mean, we've got 76mm Shermans being brought in, So really just taking everything that they can in the kitchen sink and A phase. I mean, these 2-star Panzer IVs are also pretty costly in terms of activation points, so hopefully it works out for, well, one of them at least. Someone has to win.
That's certainly true. Now,
Mhm.
unfortunately, we're not seeing any anti-air yet from the German side. They're taking a couple of, incidental P-47 runs.
Yeah.
Thankfully, for the most part, the Germans don't really suffer too badly from the HE rockets. Not quite as powerful as it used to be with the old Ram
Yeah.
two-step.
Yeah. They're not longer as great. Yeah, correct. Also, especially due to
Um,
the fact that there's more tanks on the field. So killing one tank isn't as big of a deal now compared to SD-44. Where knocking out one
yes.
Panther completely change the dynamic. Now you can just get a second Panther because you're probably going to have more than 2 Panthers.
Worth noting in the meantime, the Bierfachwerfer fires off pretty much all of its ammunition. In fact, might still do that. Yeah,
Hmm.
he's lambasting that second half of the town.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Also seeing a duel between that Pack 43 you mentioned before and actually the Jumbo. He might be body shaming him in a second, bouncing it off. I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
don't know. I keep getting the sense that Jumbo's going to get hit. It's a
yeah,
rather hefty, back end there.
yeah. Bounce again. Will the elephant make it out? The American elephant.
I was saying, isn't it Rhino?
Oh yeah. That's Nashorn. Nashorn's a rhino. We don't have a German elephant in this game, unfortunately. They're all in Italy. It's a shame.
Yep.
Usually,
But we do have the grills at least.
yeah.
So getting up in the grill. I mean, we just had July 4th over here. Nice to see some barbecuing is still getting done.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, going up against an M7, we know who's going to come out on the better side of that, and it's not the Germans.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it is nice that he does have the Pack 43 nearby, because the one problem with grills, especially against an armor division, is you can't really kill much armor with only high explosives, unfortunately. But very good at killing infantry, as we see.
But the Panther Shrek is getting himself into play. He's got himself one kill so far, and going after that command, that might be really what he needs to do, but it's an awfully big ask to run the gamut between those engineers.
Yeah, I don't think he's probably gonna make it. He needs to move up his Panzergrenadiers to clear out the NGs. He has force, sure, but Nilla has managed to nab himself another flag and put a little bit of aggression. Well, that's not aggression, he's just defended against the armoured rifle down south, so he has been hit by the M4, which is going to pin him down. It's really up north is where he's making all the plays as he moves up the Earth's trooping in through the forest.
That's
Yeah,
true, but he does pay. I think he's given up at least one of the P4s. Yeah, I just saw one of the P4s go down. Is that the second one there too?
yeah.
Yep, both
Yeah,
P4s. They lived together. They died together. They were bad
yeah.
boys to the core.
Fortunately, he does have another P4 being brought in, 2-star veterancy. Once again, 6-pounders trying to kill a King Tiger. Probably not gonna do anything. See, a King Tiger, he doesn't care. Barely
Hey,
taking any
hey, hey, hey,
suppression.
hey! This is an American division. You will call by its proper name.
Oh, sorry, 57mm M1 anti-tank gun. The
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Oh my
I'm very
gosh!
sorry,
Actually,
Americans.
you must have missed that. There was a
Priest?
Bundesliga hit an M7 from about 2 kilometers away. Literally. Southeast,
Okay.
around that VP. See that little burning
Yeah.
smoke right there?
Yeah, sure. What the hell? Was that a King Tiger?
That was the King Tiger.
That's over 2 kilometers, yo. Is it?
That's the only viable thing.
It must. Okay. We can definitely see in the history once we finish this, but I'm just confused as you are. But I did see that priest just go kaboom.
Well, let's hopefully he went to the right place. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Back down to the further south, the Panzerschreck did go down. My guess is the engineers were the ones who donated their time ever so lovingly there.
Yeah.
But this is kind of weird. Here, Robert, I mean, I'm sure I would dispute this and say that the Flying Circus is worth its weight in panzers.
Mm-hmm.
But would you say that maybe the third is a little bit more when all is said and done?
I'd say Third Armoured is slightly better in 21st Panzer. I mean, Third Armoured had received some nerfs, but it's still a very strong division. But Nilo's playing it really well. I mean, up north, that King Tiger's really just dictating the entire battle, essentially. As long as it's live and on an open map like here, so super heavy tanks is going to be extremely important. I mean, as you see in the middle and down south, he hasn't managed to make as much progress as he doesn't really have the heavy armor over here. And her robot does have some good armor. He's got the Calliope, he's got 76mm Sherman, he's got Jumbos. But her robot's also having a bit of a hard time moving up because he needs to try and clear out town. It doesn't have any infantry. Oh, we're seeing cluster bomber from Nilla.
Well, he was trying to go and save... Oh, wow. No, I was thinking... Okay. Here, Robert's making a gun run to the south to go after the infantry. Not entirely sure why. But I'm going to guess that JU is going to say, hey, you, to that Jumbo.
Yeah, it's going to be a dead Jumbo. Yeah. I really like how it drops its bombs. It's like a... It's like a
headsman's axe. There's a certain regularity to it.
I know, it's just like bang, 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 just in a line. Like, it reminds me of like plowing a field or something.
Well, you know, say what you want to about the Luftwaffe at this point, but they took pride in their jobs, man. You got to make it even. Not like those Russians just casually throw bombs everywhere.
Hans, make sure you line them up all right. we gotta look good as we blow them up.
German precision.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We are going to have a supply truck come on out for some reason for the Americans. I don't know. Okay, it's going for that mortar half track. I guess I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, M7 is desperate to try to go and pressure that King Tiger back.
Yeah.
It's going to take an awful big ask, though.
The King Tiger is taking some round damage. The 57mm is hitting it, only getting some criticals, but... Yeah, I don't think... Yeah. There's some pretty good hits of HC. Will the King Tiger expose its side as it retreats? No, he's smart. He's showing his frontal armor. He's not an idiot.
Well, you know, you gotta make sure you get your claws nice and sharp before
Oh,
you give you the big cast.
He's showing side armor, and yeah, he died.
You know, Caster's curse, man. I
know.
was just going to say how great that was.
That's a big kill, knocking out the King Tiger, yeah. Because you only get...
That was the undamaged King Tiger. The original one is still there.
Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, yeah, he's got a Pack 43 backing him up. Because of how they deployed the divisions with all these A-phase units, he may have like another King Tiger in his deck, I think, and that's about it. I think he has one A-phase card and then one B-phase card of KTs, which is not a lot.
Well, considering he's bringing in P4s that are unvetted, and he had the 2-star... two cross P4s.
He's got another King Tiger down south now, so I think he has maybe a bit more now. I might have been over-exaggerating just a little bit.
Rang, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. Never exaggerate.
I need to under-exaggerate, not over-exaggerate.
I do love, by the way, whenever you have one of those command tanks that's like gun jam, turret stuck, sight damage, transmission's gone. Are you driving a tank, or did you just lease a lemon from a really unscrupulous car dealership? Anti-air platform gets taken out up north. That's not too surprising, considering that there still are a couple of very, very heavy vehicles up there for the Americans.
Got those Shermans up north to stop in the Panzergrenz and all of that good stuff. Yeah,
wait,
Roberts...
who killed? By what?
Panzerfaust?
Oh, yeah, I was like, wait a second.
Is that Panzerfaust?
No,
that's too far. It's too far away. Maybe the AA half track meant to get some hits. I'm not entirely sure.
Like a stun somehow? Maybe.
Cluster in middle again. We're gonna see its beautiful German precision. As those little bomblets.
I don't know, that cast off Bofors is gonna cause quite an issue.
Oh, he drops him, and...
That's gonna get one. Yeah. Fuel tank leaking, we definitely need that. This is gonna be a dead JU-88 though. Yep.
And... Oh! It's
man, so close. I zoomed in, man. I was like, oh, is this gonna happen? Is this gonna happen?
The one else has troop and left alive is probably a bit traumatized.
Do you blame him?
I don't blame him at all. So, I mean, it really sucks for one else has troop, and it also really sucks that, you know, the planes are purposely crashing into you. Your own planes, yeah.
Well, unfortunately, this is why you're never really going to get a, you know, a Steel Division Pacific Theater. So you're never going to get the kamikaze. That'd be crazy, just for the record, to have a kamikaze mechanic for your aircraft. That'd be insane.
God. Yeah, you'd bring it up and it'd be the... I know they mainly did it for, like, ships, but you had, like, the rocket proposed kamikaze plane that the Japanese had. It just fly in. Heck, any kamikaze plane would be... It'd be like an ICBM using it. but manned.
It'd be a guided missile for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
KINGTIGER announces his presence in the middle of the field. I think he took down either the Command Sherman. Is now engaging that Rhino, and the Rhino very wisely decides to have a discretion, the better part of valor. I believe is the term.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the pit, though. Yes, I'm sorry.
Definitely, this is definitely a good map for 21st, just due to the openness of it. Like, up north, it's lovely King Tiger territory, and down south along the road, you can pretty much shut anything down. Americans, I mean, her Robert is using good use of artillery, which is exactly what you need to shut down those heavy tanks. I mean, that Calliope strike, again, a lovely hit on the K tier, which is going to pull it back for now. But it's definitely going to come down to just using a bunch of high explosives to keep those heavy tanks at bay. But Nilla's doing really good now. He's got lots of flags and getting that +2 advantage over Robert.
That's true, but he's only barely holding onto that middle flag by the skin of his teeth. And if you see, we have another Calliope being brought into the north.
That Calliope's in a pretty good spot, because that northern side is pretty bunched up together, and the Germans having their armour all the way far up north. It's really just the King Tiger backed up a bit, just providing long-range fire support.
And you know what the worst thing about it, though, is that his transmission has been fixed.
Oh god.
So now he's not the fastest of cats, but he's pretty deadly.
He can hopefully maneuver forward.
We're talking real quick. P-47 coming down to the south of the air slash troop, and we have one LMG rifle that is potentially going to take on all 3 of these squads. It's a big ask.
Oh yeah, he could now.
Yeah, I'm really surprised to say that it's entirely possible.
He's got some support from the 50 cal.
The P-Gun's right next to him, and I'm pretty sure the Schmesser machine gun should be more than enough.
Oh no, he's a little bit outgunned now, yeah. Or LMG rifle.
That literally is house-to-house fighting, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, southern flank is definitely rather hard to take for the Americans, as the Germans have a really good dug-in position in that town. It's just open ground surrounding it. And they also have the 50mm nearby for anti-tank support.
Panzerschreck to the north, by the way. I think he's going for that hunt on that last Sherman. Here comes. Yep.
Bang! Beautiful.
The other one's been brought back into play, so he does pay for it. But that's still, I mean, Panzerschreck for a Sherman, I would trade those all day.
Yep. Or always a good trade for sure. And we've got 2 jumbos being brought in up north as well, so Robert really wants to try to take back his flank, but still, has quite a big point deficit. It's not like either side is really going to get a huge advantage. We're in C phase now, so both sides are probably starting to reign quite a bit.
That's true, but the long toms are going to cause kind of a bit of an issue. And I never realized that the M4155 was called the long tom. I always just thought that was like a BattleTech thing, you know?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe they convert. I think a long tom was the thing that they used nuclear artillery cells for when they experimented with that.
Oh, that thing. Okay,
yeah.
Maybe. Well, it's probably better than Big Dick. So. Large Johnson.
Yeah, large. I'm just gonna go over here and Big Dick.
Exactly. And now this video is NSFW.
Yeah.
Calliope Strike is going to have kind of the intended effect on that town to the center. That we have one tiny island of control.
That's a very tiny island, but it's no longer a tiny island anymore.
Well, I've heard it's not just so much the size of the island; it's what you do with it. So.
Yeah. Cluster bomber up north did something.
Did it? I was actually watching the video for going after the Bofors.
Yeah. I didn't really see what it killed either, but yeah. But yeah, that Bofors is not having a good time at all.
It's actually so weird to see a Bofors come out, just because I'm so used to. Yep, there it goes.
Oh.
So used to seeing, ZSUs and like the wannabe half-tracked things that the Russians have. I mean,
yeah. Proper 40 mil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The ST-44 Classic. I mean, most of the divisions in ST-44 have a Bofors in some rate or form. Thank you, Sweden.
Exactly. Calliope is looking to take out that King Tiger, at least stress him out quite a bit in the center again. Nope, he's going for the Wehrpfeiffer. Oh my gosh, it's an artillery off.
Rockets first row. Will the rockets beat the Wehrpfeiffer? Probably not. Unloads a Panzer Grenadier at least. That's about it.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that even if you're trying to counter battery it, what the Germans did was a better option.
Yup. Yup. It's pretty hard to knock out armored artillery in any shape or form, or mobile artillery in that matter, because you can just move them away. It's the lovely thing about being a self-propelled gun.
True.
Yup.
But now, interestingly, I was thinking to myself, how the heck are Americans grabbing any ground? We have this one armored rifle that, again, despite being pinned down, is slowly worming their way to the front. Oof, except for that poor guy. He got taken out by a shell. But other than that...
Another airstrike up north for a P-47. And a really good hits on the King Tigers, but he's only go for a single Panzer Grenadier with that rocket run. Maybe a little bit overkill, yeah. But
I don't know.
yeah.
I have to disagree with you there. At this point, the King Tiger, yes, super powerful, but that is a single piece of equipment. The infantry with the Panzerfaust, the LMGs, really, really difficult to aggress if your infantry can't get close and your tanks can't get close to forest. Like, here we go. M4A1 in the town. Here comes a Faust. Slight damaged. Okay. Bad example. It's going to happen again.
Cast his curse. Look, he's got time to reload. He'd be fine.
Exactly.
Just say yes, Sherman. Thank you. And
there we go.
Kaboom. Here we go. They gave Max Panzerfaust that time, not hands.
You put it in hands, it's all thumbs. Another P4G. Okay, so the late game P4s are coming out. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think we're pretty much out. Oop, another Ju-88. Oh. I think we're pretty much out of major tank cards over on the 21st side.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also saying for probably for third as well. Or maybe not as much for third, as you haven't seen as much veterancy on the tank card, so he definitely has more availability. Doesn't kill the jumbo with that lost the run, unfortunately, for Nilla, but at least the Ju-88 escapes alive.
Very, very true. Now, the unfortunate thing here, and I think while here Robert does need to put some emphasis on taking out the King Tigers, or at least suppressing them, is that he's concentrating so much of artillery assets on them that he's ignoring the infantry. And I think this is where my point before kind of rings true, is that you're focusing so much on one tiny little speck, you're missing the big picture.
Fair point, yeah, because these infantry in the middle area have just managed to get into the forest and the town. And even though they don't really have much armor support nearby, it's still pretty good ground, and that's going to slow down her Robert from even think about getting into the town.
Right, and he's got 3 minutes. He's got less than 3. He's going to have 3 minutes to save the world in a second here.
Yep, and that's not a lot of time, I think.
Very, very true. Now, the Americans are tired of getting beat up in the north, bringing another Bofors. I think that's just a consequence of we're running dry and we're desperate to bring stuff out.
Yep. He's just rushing armored rifles and all his infantry up here to capture some flags. But the Germans got some artillery up north with the water half track and now doing some strafing runs, and strafing is it's pretty good. But so is anti-air.
Well, 2 Bofors too. I think those guys it feels like they got a buff.
I believe the Trenny Mills got buffed, but the Bofors is just pretty damn good, as we're still sure. The Trenny Mills are probably very good at the moment. They're probably going to get nerfed in the next patch.
And probably deservedly so for that one.
Yeah, like right now the Trenny Mill only has 500 less meter range compared to a Flak 88 in terms of air power engagement. So yeah.
Seems a bit much.
Yeah. I don't think they had radar guided shells in 1944.
Worth noting in the meantime, Pack 43 to the north will find himself barraged into oblivion. Also worth noting is that I think we have this last throw coming over here from Herr Robert, bringing a couple of LMGs and engineers over to the center.
Yeah.
We've got 4 minutes now, so he's getting a little bit more time, but that's only 5 minutes to midnight for a doomsday clock here.
Yeah. But I'm liking this like last hurrah trying to push, and he's not just giving up. He's throwing everything he can in the kitchen sink to try to take his victory.
Well, of course. Well, if he doesn't throw the kitchen sink, he's back on KP.
I know, right? Exactly. But it's a little bit tough. I think north is probably the best bet. There's a few infantry he has to deal with, and of course, yeah, King Tiger.
Not for nothing, I think, and this of course is hindsight 2020. Smoking up line by line and moving my tanks forward probably would have been the best option against that, I would think.
Yeah, like dropping smoke in the KTs.
Yes, either drop in smoke in the KTs, or if you're really nervous about AT positions, pick a spot, I don't know, 500 meters in front of your tanks where you relatively expect your tanks to move. Drop smoke there, move up to that first line. Just kind of walk it up.
Yeah, smoke definitely would have been a good idea. I think the King Tiger up north just got killed to artillery finally, so they cleared that up, but still, he only has a minute left to try to take us back. He might get the northern flag with his armored rifle, and that might give him just a bit of time, but it's gonna get tight. It's gonna get tight.
Ooh, like a tiger.
Like a tiger.
There's a slow tick on that one.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
But there is still a Pack 43 coming up to the top of that hill, and while he is very slow, once he gets to its intended firing position, there's nothing going to be able to live on that field.
And yeah, Horror doesn't really have any recon nearby either, so that Pack 43 is going to have some rather easy pickings. Oh, cluster bomber coming in. Probably going to die to the Bofors, I guess. That's my bet.
Nope, he took out the jumbo, which is exactly what he needed to do.
Yep. Yeah, lucky bugger. Lucky bugger.
Worth noting in the meantime as well, we did see the Germans lose their town flag.
Oh yeah. But
so they dropped the one in the north and the one in the center position, but there still is a Pack 43 right in the area that forced that tank to bail out, so this is still going to be a German victory, I believe.
Yep, 30 seconds is all he has to hold on to. Her Robert needs to just capture any flag, but oh, he could capture that flag just south of the town. Yes, he does. You know, you need to get the flag on the town point where all his engineers are. There's only Ursad's troop in there stopping him. Unfortunately, his Sherman's bailed out, so he's not going to help out. It's really going to come down to his M8 giving fire support, but 11, 10 seconds. Oh, he flips it. He flips it. Oh,
yes, but look to the south.
Oh, God. The Germans are pushing through. At one LMG rifle, once he dies, it's just buggered. And Her Robert realizes that he's maneuvering the M8 to try to deal with his planeers, but oh, this is tight. The northern flags are pretty relatively safe, dropping some smoke up here all the way in the far north, but
yeah, but right now though, we're having one of those cases where you're trying to hold back the tide with your hands. Like, I have a sandcastle, please don't let me get rid of it.
If he can just bring in armored LMG rifle to the southern flag, he should be fine. Just to hold it, but this is tight. I'm really surprised Her Robert man's get that back in just that little bit of time. And he managed to stretch out both pioneers in the open as they try to rush to get that flag, but that M8 is not having it, and it's pretty low in ammunition, only using this machine gun left. But
no, we have 2 pioneer squads going to the center, so watch this. There we go. 7,
they're gonna flip it.
6, 5.
Oh,
4.
those engineers.
You know, that ball's dropping, my friend. Puberty is coming. There we go.
Oh, that's such a shame. If he had those engineers directly on the flag, he probably could have held you up. But that was a good play from Nilla at the end.
And although the KD doesn't quite ring true here, I can't help but feel that it's because the King Tigers that really kind of tilt that over.
Yeah, I wanna see what killed you at Priest early on. If I can.
While you do that,
killed a Pack 38. Killed it.
Pack 38 killed it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Ah, that's interesting. But yeah, you were saying?
A few standouts over here. A couple of tanks really kind of picking on the infantry, some light vehicles. Shockingly enough, really not all that much home to write about. I mean, we have a couple of infantry squads to do decently well.
For the American side?
Yes. For the Germans, in the meantime.
Yeah, the King Tigers killed a few stuff, but they're really just here for screening more than anything. They just shut down an area. Yeah, I mean, Her Robert was smart and he realized most part, hey, as a KT here, maybe I shouldn't move any tanks nearby because I cannot engage it frontally. And instead he just artillery jammed to death, which was the smart move.
Unfortunately, though, it's not a very viable strategy when you're playing a long. That's if you're playing a long war, go for it. But when you're playing a hour-long match, it's a little hard to do.
Yep. And that map was definitely, I'd say, a bit more in favour in 21st, just due to it had a lot of open areas. If this was like a more close range map, like Shell for Advantage, for example, full forest, it probably would have been a bit harder for 21st.
Definitely it's a possibility. But you know what, folks? If you learned one thing from today, it was no Russian. And I think, actually, Ryan, I think we're
Yep.
coming back with another replay, actually submitted just the other day on
Yeah.
Thursday by what was, I forget the name. But folks, come back on Thursday for a replay that was submitted by one of you guys out there.
Mm-hmm.
And until then, Ryan, any final thoughts?
None.
All right. Well, guys, until then, I'm Connell Work.
Rangru, take it easy.